A 5-year-old autistic boy vanish, and what police found next horrified all of Florida. His room was still untouched, but the little boy who lived there was suddenly gone.
Then came the emergency call, and from the very first words, something felt deeply wrong.
I don't know where she is. I swear, 1 minute she was right here playing, and the next she was gone.
Police launched a desperate search, racing against time to find the missing child alive. Then detectives spotted the first red flag, and the story started falling apart.
And then, officers found something that instantly changed this case forever.
In that heartbreaking moment, detectives realized this was no rescue. It was a murder case.
Now, investigators had one terrifying question. What if the killer was his own mother?
As questioning began, detectives noticed her emotions changing faster than her story.
The timeline didn't match, and every answer created even more questions.
Then neighbors began sharing what they had seen, and it only deepened the mystery.
That's when surveillance footage became the silent witness no one could argue with.
What detectives saw next on camera sent a chill through the entire investigation.
Piece by piece, detectives rebuilt a timeline that pointed in one horrifying direction.
I don't understand why anyone would do this.
The more she talked, the more detectives felt something chilling beneath the surface.
As details began leaking out, outrage and heartbreak spread across Florida.
By now, detectives weren't searching for answers anymore. They were building a murder case.
The timeline was closing fast, and every minute seemed to point back to one person.
Back inside the apartment, detectives searched for the detail that would expose the truth.
The apartment didn't look chaotic. It looked carefully controlled, and that terrified investigators.
Then the digital trail started speaking, and it wasn't telling an innocent story.
Her version of events was collapsing, and detectives knew they were getting close.
Outside, grief turned into anger as the community demanded to know what really happened.
Now detectives stopped asking gently because they believed she already knew the truth.
Then one tiny detail surfaced, and suddenly the whole case made terrifying sense.
At that moment, this stopped being a suspicious death and became something even darker.
Detectives discovered she had made a short trip that would soon make little sense.
And then, a bag was found that would change everything in this case.
Every new piece of evidence pointed closer to the unimaginable truth.
Neighbors started recounting what they noticed, and every story added unease.
The digital trail left no room for doubt, and the timeline was now horrifyingly clear.
Her unusual calm amid chaos triggered alarms for investigators.
The timeline doesn't match the surveillance footage. She's lying about the pickup.
Right here. The phone pings contradict the alibi completely.
As details emerged, grief and anger spread through the community.
The timeline doesn't match the alibi. Look right here. But the forensics place him at the scene at 0200.
He's lying about the window. The photo confirms it. This number right here, it pops up 3 times on the victim's logs. And look where it aligns on the timeline. He lied about his location.
The footage revealed her movements, and everything started to click into place.
Look at the timestamp here. It matches the disappearance exactly.
Every movement, every message lined up. The timeline was undeniable.
Your story doesn't match the evidence. The community's grief turned into shock as the horrifying details emerged. The realization hit them. The case was far darker than expected. Piece by piece, the evidence pointed unmistakably to murder. With evidence in hand, the decision was clear. She would face justice. Justice was on the way, but the heartbreak lingered. The phone data revealed movements that contradicted her story, pointing to something far worse. Neighbors recall subtle but alarming signs that had gone unnoticed until now.
Finally, every piece fit, and the horrifying reality emerged clearly.
I just can't believe this happened here.
We never thought something like this would come to our street. It's devastating.
We need answers. The community is reeling.
We just need the truth, Sarah. We know you're hiding something. Tell us where you were when your son disappeared.
It's okay. Just take a deep breath and tell us what happened in your own time.
We need to verify the alibi for the 15th. It contradicts the surveillance footage.
But the photo places him right here at midnight. This is crucial.
As the shocking truth spread, grief turned into collective outrage across the neighborhood.
We have enough for the warrant, but the entry point is exposed.
The informant marked this alley. It's too risky.
We hit the front and divert their attention. Agreed. Let's move. Every piece of evidence had to be verified. Nothing could be left to chance.
The community could sense that something terrible was about to happen.
With the door ajar, reality and justice were about to collide.
Turn around for me, please. You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent.
We need you to step back behind the line.
Oh God, look at her. Is he really?
Every item was collected, ensuring no detail was left behind.
I just can't believe this happened here.
We never thought something like this would come to our street. It's devastating.
We need answers. The community is reeling.
As she was led away, justice was finally in motion, but heartbreak lingered.
The community is reeling from the tragedy today.
Details are still emerging, but the mood here is incredibly somber.
After months of investigation, the detectives finally felt the case closing.
I am so sorry for your loss. We are here for you.
Thank you, that means a lot. Every detail was secured, ensuring the investigation would hold up in court.
We are seeing unprecedented numbers here in the downtown core.
That's right. The situation is evolving rapidly, and residents are demanding answers.
With the evidence secured and arrests made, the case was officially closed.
Life began to return to the community, but the memory remained.
I heard the sirens around midnight. They surrounded the building. I knew something terrible had happened right away.